Yo, what's up guys? So we're going to be taking a look at what's coming out in Battles of Legends, the new Crystal Beast on the cover, but there's actually a lot of really cool cards that are getting great reprints in here. We're talking like $20, $30 cards getting reprinted in here. But let's go ahead and kick it off with the brand new card called the Sacred Sheep Tree Baromet. So this is basically just kind of a new card. This is a V-Jump promo, but we're going to get it in some other form in the TCG. Anyways, rank 4 Earth, plant exceeds effect monster, 1900 attack, 2000 defense points. Its materials are 2+ level 4 monsters. So it says you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. The first part is that you can detach one material from this card to target a normal trap card in your graveyard and place it on the bottom of the deck, then draw one card. The second part is, if a normal trap card is activated, you detach one material from a monster you control, and if you do, special summon one level 4 monster from your hand. So it's basically made for trap tricks at the end of the day. It's interesting that it's like a plant over here instead of a beast because it is sheep here. But yeah, like I said, it's probably going to be for trap tricks. Is it going to make them any better? Sure. But is it going to make them from where they're standing right now to one of the best decks? Technically, it is something that you can run in any deck. It is a generic card. What it does allow you to do is just play like one specific like trap card, then you can recycle it again and again if you want to like use this effect. But considering both their effects are like once per turn, yeah, I mean, even if this wasn't a once per turn over here, because both of the effects you do have to detach a material anyways, if you could just detach like 2 and then reset 2 cards, it would maybe be a little bit better. Then you get like, draw 2 and you're just using 2 monsters that maybe already activated their effects. It would be a little bit better. But this part of the effect, I really wish immediately after this effect resolves, you could instantly go for like a rank 4 Exceeds monster. That would have been a little bit cooler. Or if it just let you use any trap instead of normal traps, so that way they can make use of like solemns and stuff. But anyways, that's Sacred Sheep Tree Baromet. They kind of overhyped this card in my opinion. It's like a usable card, but it's not like broken or like overpowered. Next up, the Battles of Legend Crystal Beast. They had the entire set spoiler list, but you definitely want to stick around because there's a lot of cards to talk about. I'm not going to scroll over every single card here, but I do have a lot of things to highlight over here. There's a lot of great reprints like DD Crows in here. A lot of expensive cards are getting a reprint in here, so let's go ahead and go over it. Even though like originally I thought this was all going to be about Crystal Beast, because looking at the cover, yeah, it's like Crystal Beast, right? No, that's actually not the case. There's a lot of Toon stuff in here, and if you guys didn't know, Toon stuff has still been very, very pricey. We're talking like $25 to $30 cards on average over here because they just simply haven't had a reprint, right? So there's the Toon Blackluster Soldier. That's a solid reprint over here. Toon Bookmark, another solid like reprint. Toon Page Flip. Again, all of these cards, just getting playsets in each one of these is like almost like $100, right? Also Chaos Creator, another fantastic print. There's some Pendulum stuff here that has like anywhere from like $5 to $10 cards. The set is pretty large. Now, surprisingly, I had to double check on this because when I was looking at these numbers, I'm like, Doom Kaiser Dragon and Revive King Hades were like $15-ish. Some of these prices, keep in mind, they fluctuate, right? But all these prices probably will be dipping down a little bit lower, but the set is quite large. We don't know in terms of like if they're short printing any of these, but a lot of these cards that they're printing that are expensive cards, they are secret rare. I'll go over some of the rarities over here, but this is basically kind of the summary over here. There's also Numeron Dragon cards like a couple bucks too. F-Zero, a couple bucks. Celine, like easy like $10 plus card. Access Code Talker, a fantastic card that almost every deck needs in its extract, right? Kiss a Kill. This card is, well, technically it's now getting reprinted over here, but like they've been like solid like cards, just go ahead and pick up. There's also a bunch of the cards for like the Knight deck, like the King's Guard, I believe is what the whole archetype is called. They are getting some support over here, like this card over here. It must be special with like Royal Straight. I covered this a while back ago, like this whole archetype, right? It's overall just more for fans than really just like a competitive player, but nonetheless, they are getting some support over here. They send a Queen's Knight, King's Knight, Jack Knights from your hand or monster into the graveyard and special summon is something, it is a quick play, but again, this archetype has been kind of phased out in my personal opinion. But if you guys do want to check out gameplay, I'll try to remember to link it down below. Now, even though it has Crystal Beast artwork, I was actually curious to see the Structure Deck Legend of the Crystal Beast. And like I've shown you guys some of the gameplay of the Crystal Beast stuff already. If you guys are interested in maybe playing that deck with the Advanced Crystal Beast, this is where these guys come out. Because I was checking out over here, I'm like, wait, the new Crystal Beast thing didn't even come out with the Advanced Crystal Beast, which is crazy. I mean, there's some okay cards like Ash is great. There's also Dimension Dimension Shifter, fantastic cards. But like these are like the old Crystal Beasts. But yeah, like I said, the advanced Crystal Beasts are coming out in here. That's kind of the highlight. We don't know what the price point is going to be for them, but most of them are actually going to be secret rare here. But here we have the toolbox. So there's actually a lot of Morphtronic support. Morphtronics are actually looking to be pretty insane. If you guys haven't seen the video, if I remember, I will pin it down below. But there is a Morphtronic deck where you can do infinite damage, infinite summons, and you can loop your opponent. And it's really easy to do. And we're talking super consistent because they did not make Self-On effect once per turn. Basically, you can infinitely loop them. You're going to Link Kariba and recycle. It's a really nasty combo. It's infinite damage and infinite summons. So if you want to do some like weird thing where you get to heal based on like a card getting summoned, you can do infinite heals, infinite damage, yeah. Anyways, Doodle Beasts are finally coming out over here. So if you guys didn't know what Doodle Beasts are, they're kind of like dinosaur support, but it's interesting. You have like Tyranno over here, which can like special summon itself as a quick effect, then gets a pop a card, but if you triple a Doodle Beast, it gains a bunch of stats. But it's just extra dinosaur support. Is Dinosaurs going to be like a lot better after the Doodle Beast support? Not really, honestly. If you're thinking like, oh, the dinosaurs are coming back in the game because of the Doodle Beast, no. I think dinosaurs are still pretty solid, but losing Hulk is pretty big. There's also there's more than just monsters. Like pretty much most people probably just play like the Tyranno here, but there's actually another like decent card if you can dump into the grave. This card just really is just here for the second effect. That you can banish it from your graveyard to add 1 level 5 or higher dinosaur monster from your deck to your hand. That's a pretty nice. But this is Doodlebug. Yeah, when dinosaur monster is targeted for an attack, you can negate the attack, then special summon Doodle Beast monster from your graveyard. If it was special summon Doodle Beast from the deck, that would be really good, but it can't be destroyed, then it gets to be popped during the end phase. Yeah, again, it's just kind of like underwhelming. There's also the Earth Bolt monsters. There's a couple. What's the archetype called? What's it called? The Star Warriors. I just remember these got announced and like the whole archetype came out a while back ago, and they've been just kind of on the side of like whatever. Same thing with the Amazon support. If you guys are thinking, oh, you know, I want to build Amazons, again, it's more of a fun deck. They're not going to become very, very powerful. There's also the G Golems. If any of you guys are interested in playing that archetype, it's finally coming out in here as well. These, I don't have prices for these cards because this is the first time that they are getting printed. But if you're wondering, are any of these like new archetypes actually worth investing into? G Golem loses very, very, very hard to hand traps because they stem off of one card that needs a special summon and then it starts comboing off. But pretty much, yeah. Now, in terms of like when this is coming out, I probably should give you guys that release date first. So it's November 18th. So basically in 10 days, we'll be getting this. But in terms of like the secret rare, there's a lot of new cards here. So in terms of print over here, you can see there's tons of new cards. This set is actually pretty massive. So if you're looking just to get like 1 or 2 specific cards, yeah, we're basically a 100 card set here. It's weird that I don't have 000, but nonetheless, yeah, it's basically a 100 card set, and nothing in here really speaks to me in terms of like, man, I really want to invest into this set. There are a great amount of reprints, but if you look at some of the other cards, like all the advanced Crystal Beasts, wait, where is that? All of the advanced Crystal Beasts over here, they're all secret rare. So if you are maybe interested in building Crystal Beasts, you might want to pick this up. But for the rest of the players here, there are some nice reprints again that you can pick up. There's also Cicadia, but that archetype is just like, I didn't even want to mention it because it's just not really that relevant. But what's interesting with this, and I did not understand this, but it could be maybe a sign that they are going to be releasing more Blackwing support. Blackwings always get support, but like they're printing out most of the Blackwing stuff in here as reprints over here. And there's even some Vayu is a secret rare in here. So going over like the higher rarity stuff, like I said, most of the Crystal Beast stuff is going to be secret rare, but also the Doodle Beast. This one is actually okay too, once it eventually loads. The Doodle Beasts are actually secret rare, like the Stego and Tyranno. Tyranno's like the one most people would want, but this one, Doodle Beast Stego is just to special summon this card, and if it's normal or special, you can add 1, and then you have to discard 1 card. So that card can be kind of nice. You could being able to add that specific like trap card, then you just banish it instantly. So like I said, dinosaurs will be getting a little bit better, but it's not going to take them to like, you know, where there used to be with multiple Misk, right? But there's a lot of like chaos stuff in here. A lot of these are secret rare. Again, in terms of the set, nice amount of reprints, but not something that I think is just like, oh my gosh, broke and invested into immediately. But let me know your guys' thoughts on Battle of Legends as well as the brand new card down below. But thanks for tuning in. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. If you're new here and do want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh videos in the future, subscribe to the bell so you don't miss out, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. I'm out. Peace.